Hi, beautiful. Great to have you here. It's another Monday, and Lina Betik here with new thoughts about business and creating business systems as an asset. Today, I'm sharing a thought. What's the difference between self-employer and an entrepreneur? Yes, officially, all the people who have created this organization named business are entrepreneurs. But in my mind, which comes to mindset, there is a big difference for people who have created the business for themselves and working in their own business, and the people who are actually entrepreneurs and have built business systems that are actually assets that produce income to their families for themselves, right? Who is a self-employed person? Self-employed person is basically a person, maybe it's you. Statistically, there is about 70% of women entrepreneurs who are self-employed, and meaning they do everything in their business by themselves. They do product or service delivery, they do customer service, they do marketing, they do sales, they do bookkeeping, everything in their business by themselves. And they are in trap, I would say, which comes to building business systems, is they're not able to let go and trust, and they don't look at the bigger picture. Now, first of all, what I'm trying to say is I want you to be clear where you are and if it's okay for you to be there. You probably started your business in order to have more time freedom, to choose when you want to work, with whom you want to work, and so on. And so you started business, and maybe your hopes were that one day you will have total time freedom and also financial freedom, that your business produces income for you. But it haven't happened yet. How many years have you been an entrepreneur? Should you be there yet? Okay, so what's the difference in entrepreneur's mindset from self-employed? Entrepreneur is someone who starting a business already thinking that this is my piece of art. This is something that I build as an asset, and I build systems. I basically, as an artist, I create systems that work for me as an asset. The business has value. I am aware what I want my business value would be and how much income that business would produce for me. An entrepreneur, in his or her mindset, sees him or herself as a visionary, not an employee in this business. They are good at delegating. They are good at seeing the system in any department of the business and putting people there to work, people who would want to work there, who enjoy doing this work, and so on. And eventually they see themselves not working in this business. They might be working on the business, but not in this business. On the business if they choose to do it, or they build one business, or metaphorically said, they would create one piece of art, which is their business, and then when this is working, finished in their mind, then they go to the next piece of art. What would be another asset, another business that works without their daily input if they choose this. So it's different kind of mindsets. So how do you get from being self-employed to become the entrepreneur who is building assets? First of all, you have to let go of a really strong and really common limiting belief, which is work equals worth. We measure our worth in terms of how much do we work, how much hard work we do, because we have teach that the harder you work, the better person you are, because you suffer a lot, and then you kind of like you have the feeling that you deserve the money or love from other people. And so you put yourself into positions where you like acquire or attract hard work for yourself. Another thing is we have this belief that we can't control and that we have to control, and that we have to, in order to be a good leader, we have to control people, we have to guide them and so on. But as an entrepreneurs, actually, they have the vision, they have the expectations, but they don't control. They trust. And that's the difference between self-employed and an entrepreneur. Self-employed person controls basically every step in their business, everything that is done in their business, how it's done, the way it's done, what's the attitude towards doing this, and so on. But an entrepreneur says, here's my expectations, here's where we are right now, here's what I think the systems work, what we can improve the system. So entrepreneur trusts other people to improve and to keep the systems working and to bring the better and better and better results. So this is one really major thing, that you have to let go of the control and start trusting your team. In order to have a team, you have to actually hire people and delegate stuff, right? And there is a way. But first of all, if we put all this aside, you first have to see yourself as this visionary, and not just see yourself, you have to be that person here and take actions based on that picture in your mind, that you're the visionary and you are the one creating the systems and building the business as an asset, and that actually you respect yourself in this vision, in this picture. So to bring you an example, our real estate development business, which I have with my husband, that's where I am at right now, is that I have the visionary part. I made the decisions, of course, with my partner, but also the starting point, the first vision and everything came from me. And I now encourage in my husband, who is basically having the CEO role in this business. And we know how the systems works. We know how who is responsible for which position, and everything works. So my part in this business is to be a visionary and keep people encouraged and inspired to take action based on that vision. And my person who is taking charge is the CEO, which happened to be at this moment my husband. And he's the one who's directing the the person who is responsible for building the houses, and who is responsible for creating the projects, who is responsible to doing the how to say it in English, keeping an eye on the building and everything. So yeah, this business works for me. In my coaching business, I am in a very I have been a self-employed so far, but now I'm also concentrating, focused on the building the system, and I have already hired people to help me, and it's again being, in my mind, being an entrepreneur, not the self-employed person, but an entrepreneur who thinks differently, who acts based on the vision. What is this piece of art that I'm creating, and who do I need to put in this art? I won't put myself into the art, but I put other people who are taking care of the business systems, and they are on my art, and eventually it would be something that works. The business as an asset works for me. I am not working in my business anymore, eventually, but we'll get there. If you are you don't know how to get there, to change your mindset from self-employed to entrepreneur. Of course, if you even wish to be an entrepreneur in terms of mindset, and actually have the businesses as assets. If you don't want that, that's all okay. You can work for yourself, and it's all fine. It's a good place to be, I would say. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, and you actually want to know how to change your mindset, and actually change your mindset, right? And also understand how the system, the business as a system, a business as an asset actually works, and how to build such business, then I invite you to book a strategy call with our team, and take part of the mentorship program, where I teach all those things, and of course provide you coaching to change your mindset, because this is where it all starts. Anyways, I'll see you next week with new thoughts, and yeah, until then, enjoy. And don't forget to enjoy the journey of being an entrepreneur.